So why did things escalate instead of calming down? And if you're a parent, you know how quickly moments like this can feel completely out of control. And so by the end of this video, this sequence of events will make a lot more sense. But before we break this down, we need to understand this family. Laura feels like she has to handle Matthew on her own, and Stuart feels pushed out. And there's a moment later that changes how you see all of this. Earlier that day, Matthew is sent to his room. Watch how this unfolds.
Matthew, I'm going to count to 3 and you're going to be up in your room on timeout. 1, 2. Sit on your bottom, please, now.
And from this moment on, it stops being about calming down and it turns into a power struggle. When things move this fast, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. But the way this gets explained changes everything. Earlier that day, Matthew had been to the gym. Listen to what Joe notices.
I just wonder if Matthew really knows that he's meant to keep those moves in the gym and not bring them home.
And at this point, one explanation is starting to form. And when things escalate this quickly, it can be hard to know why. But later, upstairs, things begin to unravel. And once that door closes, everything changes. Notice what happens. And now the whole room feels charged. And when things reach this point, as I said before, it starts to feel completely out of control. And the thing is, it's about to spread. And in the middle of all of this, Matthew turns to his mother. And suddenly, she's the one taking the hit. And moments like this can be shocking for a parent. And so, the next morning, Joe decides to step in. Later that night, things reach another breaking point. Watch what happens at bedtime.
Matthew becomes very violent. He kicks, he punches when I'm putting him to bed.
You want to kick someone, you kick me.
When I see Matthew hitting Laura, it just completely destroys me.
And now the conflict isn't just confined to Matthew and Laura. It's pulling the whole family apart. And by this time, the whole family feels trapped in a conflict. And so Joe brings Laura and Stuart together for a conversation. Listen to what Joe says to them.
Matthew's aggression has got to stop. When I look at Matthew, all I can see is this beautiful boy that's very smart, and yet there's no room for him to breathe.
And for the first time, the focus shifts from Matthew alone to what is happening across the whole family. Hearing something like this can be difficult as a parent. And from here on, Joe explains how the situation spiraled so far. And so she walks Stuart and Laura through what happened the previous day. Listen to how Joe breaks that moment down.
Let's take yesterday. He didn't listen, he didn't do as he was told, and he was placed up into his room. And you held the door, Laura. Tick tock, boom. He lost it, trashed his room.
So did the timeout help Matthew to calm down, or did it actually escalate the situation? Matthew was refusing to follow an instruction, which then triggered a forced removal to timeout. Joe identifies that the adult's response changed the moment into a physical confrontation. A physically enforced bedroom timeout is being used as a discipline strategy. Forced confinement makes the situation worse, resulting in property destruction. ABA would focus on clear instruction and predictable contingencies. And so, what looks like discipline here becomes confrontation, and confrontation is what drives the escalation. Holding the door turned a timeout into a physical struggle. So that's a step in the right direction and highlighting that issue, and we are at 1 out of 1. But Stuart's response escalates the situation. This is the moment where Stuart tries to step in. Listen to what he tells Matthew.
You want to kick someone, you kick me, okay? If you want to get out of the system, you kick me for a bit.
Does telling Matthew to kick me instead actually reduce the aggression, or does it teach him that kicking is actually acceptable? Matthew is kicking and hitting, showing aggression towards one parent. Joe identifies that Stuart's response unintentionally allows that aggression to continue rather than stopping it. So Joe corrects Stuart's response, pointing out that telling Matthew to kick someone else actually reinforces that behavior. Allowing aggression to be redirected to another person does not stop the behavior. It keeps kicking as part of the interaction. ABA would use a calm response that helps to stop the kicking, keep everyone safe, and help Matthew to settle before moving forward. What looks like calming the situation actually keeps the aggression going. Joe is correct in pointing out how responding in this way does not actually help the situation to settle. So that is a step in the correct direction, and we are at 2 out of 2. And now, the family is about to get something they haven't had before. Joe starts by putting clear rules into place. Listen to the first one that she sets.
No kicking, no punching or hitting. But if it's not in the gym, that behaviour is unacceptable.
And now the boundary around kicking and hitting is being stated plainly. But rules alone aren't enough. So Joe shows the family exactly what to do when Matthew loses control. She introduces something new to handle these moments. Listen to the technique that she teaches.
If you break those household rules and Mummy and Daddy give you a warning, and if you decide to carry on and behave naughty, Mummy and Daddy are going to send you to your chill out chair.
Don't say nothing to him, just grab him by his hands, put him on the chair and say nothing. Right, move away.
So why does Joe introduce a chill out chair at this moment? Matthew's aggression escalates when it turns into a back and forth struggle between him and his parents. Joe frames Matthew's behavior as anger that needs somewhere to go. And so Joe introduces a clear sequence. Give a warning first and then move on to the chill out chair. Now, this predictable sequence interrupts the escalation pattern between parent and child. An ABA approach, however, would focus on teaching Matthew what to do when he begins to feel overwhelmed. So Joe introduces the chair to stop the behavior. ABA would focus on teaching Matthew what to do instead. So that is a slight misstep, and we are down to 2 out of 3. And then something small but important happens. A new routine is put into practice. Watch what happens.
If he does it the second time, I want you to say bedtime. The third time, you say nothing.
We didn't even have to follow through with the rest of the steps because Matthew stayed in his bed.
This is the first time that the bedtime routine holds without struggle. And Joe doesn't stop at bedtime. She starts applying that same clarity to other parts of the family's life. And later on at dinner, watch how Joe coaches through this one.
Okay, so use your voice and say low-tone voice. Get down from the table.
I'd like you to sit down and I'd like you to eat your dinner. You are sitting on this stair because I've asked you to eat your dinner and you're not doing as you're told.
And here Joe is coaching clear and calm follow-through in that moment. And later on, we see what happens when that same approach is put to a bigger test. And at that point, listen to how this is described.
It's been a fantastic breakthrough for Mum. Matthew started to have a temper tantrum and started to kick and punch Laura, and she has done extremely well in implementing the chill out technique.
And this time, Laura is holding that boundary and using the routine. And that change begins to reshape the whole family. The aggression eased when that family became clear, calm, and consistent.
Matthew is a lot less aggressive now. He doesn't swear, he doesn't kick, he doesn't punch.
And what changed this family situation was not force, it was clarity.